Ready? Play.
Can you imagine if he goes on to hold here and he wins the set 6-4? Second break point for Cole. This is the first serve. Sinner, I don't know if Sinner's injured, but he just doesn't look. He looks very low on energy. And Jannik double faults for 5 love. Here comes a doctor for Jannik.
Yeah, he doesn't look well.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this might be over. Or he's gonna go off court. Yeah, I think he's done. He's taking off his wristbands. And I think he's getting up.
It's done.
Yep, he is done.
Yeah.
Jannik is done. Carlos wins Cincinnati. Jannik looks very ill.
Yeah, I mean, he looks really terrible.
Yeah, he looks absolutely cooked.
At all.
I don't know whether it was the heat that kind of sped up the process of illness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a real shame because we were possibly in for a great match, but Carlos wins as Jannik retires 5 love up. Carlos comes in, consoles his opponent. But it does mean that Jannik has not been bageled since 2020 still.
He still has not been bageled. So if he had stayed out here 3 minutes, it would have happened.
To be honest, it looked like this. He didn't look right from first ball.
No.
To be honest.
The first game serve was, not good from very early on.
This is was it? I can't remember what year it was that Djokovic pulled out against Murray at Cincinnati, or it might have been Canada. Was it? And he retired like midway through the first set. Carl's just writing on the screen.
Looks like sorry Jannik, sad face.
Yeah, it is. Well, It's a little interesting.
Yep.
We can't obviously give Carlos full credit because that was not an accurate depiction of where both of them are actually. Sinner still with more winners, even though
Carlos didn't have
to do an awful much.
He had 2 winners. Only one unforced error, but yes, Sinner had 4 winners, 10 unforced errors. You could tell he was going to try and get these points over really quickly right away. So, neither of them hit their first service particularly well, actually.
Yeah.
Which, early on, getting used to the sun. But...
Yeah, to let you know, Jannik has just lost. Just pulled out. Sorry, being 5 love down. I think, is he holding his ab there, or is it a stomach issue? Maybe.
Stomach issue, who knows? It's late enough in the day. I'm sure they had lunch.
Yeah.
At some point a couple hours ago. So, we can speculate all you want. Maybe it's illness, maybe it's something he ate. Maybe he just woke up not feeling well, and then he, showing him shaking the umpire's hand right there, he's just dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
Compared,
just wasn't.
Still looks really fresh.
Yeah.
We can speculate about it all day, but who knows? I'm sure there will be some kind of statement released later on.
Yeah, I'm sure in his speech he'll say what it was. Jake looked like it was looked like it was illness. That doesn't look like there was an injury. I think it was just illness. So, yeah. I mean,
looks like
that's a real shame.
So
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he's okay for the US. I'm sure he will be because it looks like it's not an injury. It was just.
yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the rationale behind retiring.
Yes, absolutely.
Right now, like there's a much bigger tournament happening in
next week,
6 days.
Yeah,
with a Sunday.
And he hasn't got a bye. He can't
Nope.
exactly think, oh, I've got 4 days to get there and prepare. Who is he supposed to be partnering in the US doubles?
Emma Navarro, right?
Yeah, I doubt that will be happening now. And Navarro's
Siniakova.
Yes, Siniakova's going to have to find a new partner pretty quickly if she wants to compete.
I guess Thomas Mach has weaseled his way.
Again, he does it again. Yeah, we're currently shouting out Thomas Mahach. But yeah, well, that's a real big shame. And I mean, I don't know, because it says that we've been live for over an hour and 15 minutes, but we've actually been live for about 25 minutes. We can do a women's final preview. That is excellent work from our producer. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Jake, for the 25 minutes that we were on here.
Yep, that
was right. The women's final. Obviously, it's
Zach might be jumping in here.
Well,
which
Zach can jump in for this women's final preview. Excellent. I will be more than happy to have Zach on here for that if he would like to join us. And
hey guys. Oh,
Hi,
I just got done working. I haven't pulled up my stream yet. What did I miss? How's the match so far?
It's
terrible.
I know, man. I got a text, just retirement, all caps.
Yeah.
And I had to jump on a bit early.
No, we're talking about
what happened.
I mean, we haven't heard yet. Just looks very, very unwell. So, I mean, we can, like I said earlier, we can speculate all we want if it's stomach issue, illness, heat stroke, just super low energy, and then the heat doesn't help. Like, I mean, he's unwell for sure. So
I think this is going to be an exclusive to Talking Tennis. I want to break some news. I believe that I know what did happen here today. I think that Jannik Sinner ate Skyline chili, which is inedible and causes gastrointestinal distress to every single person who's visited the great state of Ohio. Carson, that's a knowing smile. Can you care to confirm or deny?
I've got it on very good authority from anonymous sources that I will not be naming. That is exactly what he ate for breakfast this morning. So it's a tough way to go.
Can we explain what Skyline chili is to our international audience and to Fergus here? Because Fergus, I'm guessing.
No idea.
You know what Skyline chili is?
No idea.
Zach, do you want to do the honors or?
Yeah, it's just a big plate of spaghetti with the grossest meatballs and meat sauce you've ever seen just dumped on top of it and covered in cheese. But I see the chat, and thank you guys so much for welcoming into this abbreviated session today. All I'll say is, I can't comment on Ghosty and what he's saying there, but this just wouldn't have happened if it was in Charlotte, North Carolina, a rumored future site of this tournament.
I mean, I think it was a tweet that just flashed up there that said that Cincinnati has a higher pedigree and is seen as a bigger tournament, even though they have bingo. Even though they are the same ranking points wise, as though Cincinnati has a bigger buzz around it than Canada, and yet Canada produces the better tennis this year. Cincinnati was too hot. The new courts looked amazing, but there is no shade, and I was talking with James about how the covers that they have in Adelaide and in Australia when they're playing, everyone talks about it like it's a bit silly, but actually it's very practical.
Yes.
It's super practical, and it works. Because how many retirements have we had in Cincinnati this year? Way too many for a big tournament like Cincinnati. So yeah, it's something that needs to be rethought, especially with climate change. And climate change isn't going to go away, so it's something that needs to be thought about.
To toss this out there, is the issue that it's too hot, or is it the issue that the players' conditioning isn't good enough? Alcaraz looked fine in the little bit that I caught. He seems like he's doing just fine out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is important to note this retirement, I think, has nothing to do with the heat. Like there are some players that have had to retire because of that, and I mean, Zverev, props to him for the show that he put on this week, but he was probably more so affected by that. And you know what? There's also just the reality that all of these players, the same players, are together every single week. So if someone gets sick, like, a virus is more likely to spread among the top group of players. So who knows?
In all seriousness, I think Fergus did point out, like, they didn't, like, the tournament itself didn't do a great job protecting the players. Like, the heat is unavoidable in the modern world, and in a world with which, climate change and climate insecurity is growing. And so, like, if you're a Cincinnati, Ohio, and this also applies to Charlotte, North Carolina, which again might be the future site of this tournament, we have to do more to protect the players. And so if we're going to point the finger at anybody, to me, it's climate change didn't help, but as individuals, we can't stop that. The players, I'm being silly when I say they're the issue, not the tournament. They're in world-class shape. These are elite athletes. The person or people or entity at fault are the tennis governing bodies that simply are not doing enough to protect the most valuable asset, which is the players. And I think, like, shade devices, roofs that close over heat when it's above a certain temperature. Like, there are many things that we can do to create a better product for the fans, but also to protect the players better. And I would love to see the tennis community point the finger at the appropriate parties, which is the governing bodies, which are terrible.
Yeah, I would just like to, what our producer is saying, this match did not have to be at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. They knew it was going to be hot today. Why, in God's name, would you put it in the prime heat of the day? Like, you're not protecting the players at all. And it's this whole fiasco of the calendar and how extending these Masters events and like cramming as much tennis as possible into such a short amount of time has completely backfired. The amount of retirements we've seen, maybe because of the heat, yes, but also because players are just absolutely shattered because they're traveling and they're playing and they're practicing consistently. And, they've got 5 days till they're supposed to be in New York and playing in one of the 4 biggest tournaments of the year. I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. And this is kind of like, this is karma to the organizers.
Yep. And Gosi pointed this out. What are we doing here? We're watching this on a Monday afternoon or a Monday evening. Like, why? Whose job is it to make tennis more accessible and easier and more fun to watch? Because they're doing a terrible job. Like, the United States Tennis Association has a budget of over $600 million. Okay? Like, this is big money. There is so much money that is here to make sure that this exact thing doesn't happen, and somebody's not doing their job. And if you're the Cincinnati tournament director, like, I don't know, should you be the tournament director next year? You just took the world #1 player and put him in a position where he wasn't going to be successful potentially, needlessly, as the producer pointed out with the start time. And then on top of that, like, tennis is an international audience. Like, a 3 p.m. start time is not getting it done. 12 p.m. on the West Coast. It's the work day for every single person in the United States. It's like, it's on the late side for our pals across the ocean in Europe. Like, this is just a masterclass in taking an excellent product, the two greatest athletes on the earth, not just the greatest tennis players in Alcaraz and Sinner, and squandering it. Everybody sucks. Everybody should feel bad, except for the amazing Talking Tennis listeners and people who agree with me.
And Carlos and Jannik.
I don't know how much of this is the ATP with the like specific dates and Cincinnati with tournament time. Like, I don't totally know like what the balance is in between those two and who bears more fault. But I mean, this is a tournament. Like, we talk about like the massive budget that the USTA has. There's a massive amount of money being put into this tournament, like, as well. Like, these two combined are going to make over $1.7 million from this match and from this tournament. So, yeah, I mean, there's a ton of money being put into this. Cincinnati has done a really good job of improving the grounds over the last couple of years. Like, they're putting a ton of money into this tournament, and then you have a 3 p.m. final on a Monday in 90-degree heat.
I just do not get this Monday. Like, why are we doing this on a Monday? What the hell?
Championship Sunday. Oh my God. Like, what? Championship Monday said nobody ever.
Yeah, so true. No one has ever said that. Oh, actually, apart from today, because they decided, you know what, this is a good idea. Let's do this on a Monday. Oh, no, maybe we should do it on a Sunday and make sure they get some rest before the US and actually can have some travel time, then sleep before they then have to get back on court before one of the 4 big tournaments of the year. Like, this, like, yes, these guys are the best athletes in the world, but, like, are they human? Absolutely they are. They need this time period, and you're making it, like, smaller by the year. It's like you're giving them less and less recovery. This is why Carlos and Jannik both did not play Canada. Why would they want to play back-to-back tournaments, like, so close together and completely run out of steam before the US? You saw Shelton. Shelton eventually ran out of steam against Zverev because he was nowhere near, like, the level he'd been playing at, because he was suddenly feeling like, you know, I've been playing for nearly, like, 12 days in a row now. Like, body can't handle it. Like,
it is extremely frustrating.
I mean, we need more of these 7 days Masters to come back. Is the reality. And you can keep the larger draws and have a 7-day event. Like, no, there's no rest days in between, but I mean, the players need time in between events to recover. Like, there's just not enough time on the calendar for there to be 12-day events and for the players to take care of themselves. And I mean, I understand, like, what the ATP is trying to do here, because, like, this is their highest level of tournament. Like, they don't have stake in the Grand Slams at all. Like, this is the pinnacle of what they put on. But it's just not the top level. And I think there needs to be, like, some sort of understanding that the players who are independent contractors are going to have a higher priority than this, which is the Grand Slams. And, like, that's never going to supersede this. So there is something where it's like you have to take a step back and just do what's best for the players. I mean, even though it may cost a little bit more money out of your pocket.
Speaking of costing money, this is something I hope the players do. It's going to cost them a little bit of money in the short term if they ever do it, but man, can it pay off? They should boycott. They should hold out. They should strike. They should collectively bargain. There are still they have the leverage, right? If I'm Sinner, I'm calling Alcaraz after this and say, hey, Carlos, did you have fun today? And he'll say, no, I would have liked to play a good match because he's a competitor. And then I hope they say, great, I think that we should not play the U.S. Open and we should get the rest of the top 10 and the top 30 and the top 100 to do the same because we are not getting enough out of the tennis governing bodies and it's unacceptable. And we're prepared to lose some cash in the short term. We're prepared to put some money in a pot for the lower ranking guys that can't afford it and hold out. And look, that's what the WTA did. That is how the WTA tour came to be. It's why women in tennis are paid as close at parity of any professional sport. Collective bargaining works. Do I think it's going to happen? Not particularly. But the more we see results like this, the more likely we are to see somebody make a move. And I think that somebody pointed this out in the chat that the PTPA helped get us to a place where they're talking about these issues more. They're thinking about these issues more, and they've just got to take the governing bodies and they got to twist their whats to get it done because they're not going to do this. And every time I get on a broadcast and the players are not properly taken care of, I feel like I have to say this. Tennis players make less of every dollar spent on tennis than any other major sport in the world. How can that be? Are we cool with that? I'm not. No one feels bad for them because the top 30 guys make a bunch of money, but they're drastically underpaid and they're disrespected constantly by the governing bodies who don't do enough for them.
I simply just cannot wrap my head around the fact that there is no collective agreement to all speak out about the calendar. Like, we see it all the time. Like, Demonor was the latest to say, listen, this calendar is absolute, like, it's so wrong. Why are we still doing this? And then you have the guys like Dan Evans that say, like some people don't even have jobs. Like, we'll just play because, you have to, it's like two sides of a coin, right? But in the long term, if you want to protect the sport, you cannot have this calendar in place. The season should end right at the start of October, and it should start in like late Jan, early February. Like it because there needs and then you're more likely to have them playing more events.
Yep.
You're more like I only want 1 week Masters events because then it completely separates all the Grand Slams from every other event on the calendar. The only one that I'd ever feel skeptical about not being 1 week because it just feels like it's almost deserves 2 weeks is Indian Wells, but that's it. That's because it just feels like it's a 2 week event because it's like they call it the fifth slam for a reason.
And another thing, the trophies suck. They look bad. Can we not get these guys decent? Yeah, they look terrible. Can we not get these guys decent trophies? Like, just start to finish sucked.
I think Canada and Cincinnati have 2 terrible trophies. I think both. I actually think Canada's worse. What is this? Like,
I think
what's this little this like sphere thing? What are you holding? Like, it looks dreadful. Like, that's not a trophy. That's a ball with some string on it. Like, it's terrible. But yeah.
I believe, Fergus, can you interpret what does taking a slash mean? Is that American slang?
Where are we?
When Ghost in the comments.
Take a slash in that. Oh.
Is that?
I'm gonna leave that.
All right.
Yeah, like, look at that trophy. You're telling me that is something you won a Masters 1000 and you're holding that up and you're going, I'm really happy with this trophy right now.
Does that trophy convey I just won $1 million plus? No, it's like I won a challenger, a 125 maybe.
The Queen's trophy looks better than that, and that's a 500. I'm trying to think of some trophies now.
Rio's a
Yeah.
better one. Yeah.
The-
Yeah. By the way, gents, can I just say I marvel at the collective ability to fill airtime after this abbreviated match because, like,
Excellent.
at the end of the day, like, none of us are getting rich off of talking about tennis. Like, we're fans, right? Like, we want to see good tennis. We didn't see it today. Maybe it was like an illness thing and it couldn't have been prevented. But the fact that it's a question and that it's so often a question, I think, is why I'm so worked up, and I'd imagine why y'all are so worked up too. Like, the fans and the players are the losers. I think Ghosty might have alluded to this. Like, who are the winners? I don't know. Like, even the corporate sponsors didn't win today,
No, I mean, no one that took time off of work to attend this final, that lasted 25 minutes, is winning. I mean, I don't know your schedule, Zach, but like me, you're probably reorganizing some things from work to make this happen.
Yep.
Now, and to spend some time on stream. But yeah, it's like none of us are winning. Carlos Alcaraz, maybe he's the only one who wins from this because he has a 1,000 title, but this isn't how he wants it to happen.
Yeah, Carlos is not the kind of person that thinks, oh, great, Jannik retired at 5 love. Great, I might get another Masters to my name. Like, Carlos isn't that kind of guy, is he?
No.
Like, there are very few guys on the tour that I think would be like that. I think I could think of maybe like 2 off the top of my head.
Name them.
But
Who are they?
No, I'm not being that guy.
Zverev. I'll say it. Zverev would pretend like he felt bad, but he'd be like,
Zverev was one of the ones I was thinking of, maybe. But like, I still think that he has some compassion to think that he wouldn't start like he wouldn't. I can't remember the name of the 17-year-old German that started like laying down on the floor when he had his first ATP Tour winner when Chapeau retired. That was crazy. That was like, what goes through your mind? Your opponent retires. You're losing the match, by the way, and he retires, and you start laying down on the floor like you just want to slam. Like,
oh my god,
what are you doing?
Is there a clip of this? I did not catch that. I'm hashtag offline these days. So.
I hope our producer knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This was in Munich earlier this year on the clay. It was. Yeah. Okay, our producer knows. I'm sure I'll pull up a clip in a minute. If you can. But yeah, just dreadful.
That was Diego de Dura.
Yes. Yeah. I think he might won the first set 6-4 because Chapeau was like completely done with injury, and then this guy like looked like he was going to be really gracious in defeat, and then suddenly let out this huge roar, and then this guy, and then started laying on the floor, drew a cross on the clay, and then laid in it. And it really caught.
Sorry. He drew a cross in the clay and then laid in it?
Yeah. Genuine.
What is that an allusion or reference to? Like,
I've no idea. Like,
that's amazing. I need an oral history of that moment from his team, from his opponent, from the fans in attendance, from his hairstylist and whoever helped him make that horrific decision. Like, I have so many questions around that match.
Did you find it, Zach?
Sorry?
Did you find it, Zach?
No dice so far.
I'll send you an Instagram link here.
I am off the Instagram, so if you send it to me via the group, this is just for everybody's awareness. If folks have been kind enough to shoot me a DM on any number of platforms, I am fully offline, except for LinkedIn, which I also don't check because it's a horrible place. So you can reach me on Talking Tennis Broadcast, and that's basically, or you can show up at my house if you're in North Carolina. But those are basically the only 2 at this point. Should we talk about the highlights of the match?
There were no highlights. Like, it was. Like, Jannik, the one thing, there was a moment where I thought Jannik made an unreal forehand when he just tried to hit like 132 mile an hour forehand, but he missed it. That was about it. Like, it was nothing. It was all Jannik missing. And
yes. I mean, Carlos only had 2 winners.
Yeah, 2 winners and 1 unforced error. That was it.
In college football, sometimes in the early season games, coaches won't tap into their full playbook because they want to keep stuff close to the vest for the games that matter. Do we think there is an instance of Sinner playing it close to the vest in hardcourt season? He didn't want Alcaraz to get a real look at him until the US Open.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.